Episode 9. You don't need more confidence, you need self-trust. You're listening to Identity After the Uniform, where we rebuild identity, stability, and direction when the structure is gone. You don't stop trusting yourself overnight. It happens slowly, one broken promise at a time. You say you'll get back into routine. You don't. You say this week will be different. It isn't. You say you'll stop reacting like that. Then pressure hits, and the same pattern comes back. And eventually, you stop believing yourself. That's the part people don't talk about enough. Because when people say they've lost confidence, a lot of the time what they've really lost is self-trust. And that is different. Confidence is how you feel. Self-trust is what you believe about yourself when pressure shows up. After I left the army, I didn't realize how much trust I had lost in myself. From the outside, I could still function, I could still work, still perform, still get things done. But internally, I didn't trust my own consistency anymore. I didn't trust that I'd stay steady. I didn't trust that I'd keep going. I didn't trust that I wouldn't fall back into old patterns again. And when you've previously been capable, disciplined, and reliable, that is a hard thing to admit, because it feels like weakness. But it isn't. It's evidence. Your brain starts believing what your behaviour repeatedly proves. So if you keep starting and stopping, your brain learns, I don't follow through. If you keep reacting under pressure, your brain learns, I can't control myself. If you keep avoiding what matters, your brain learns, I can't rely on myself. That is how self-trust breaks down, not dramatically, quietly, repeatedly. And this is why motivation never fixes it, because motivation gives you a feeling, but self-trust needs proof. You rebuild trust in yourself the same way you lose it, through repetition, one action, one decision, one response, one standard kept. That's why this work has to be practical. It can't just be thinking positive. It can't just be listening to motivational content. It has to become evidence. After leaving the military, I kept trying to force the old version of me back, the disciplined one, the structured one, the one who could carry pressure. But what I eventually realized was this: I didn't need to become the old me again. I needed to rebuild a version of myself that could exist without the old structure. That changed everything, because the army gave me external accountability, but civilian life required internal accountability. And those are not the same thing. One is built around systems outside you. The other has to be built inside you. That's where AURIS became so important. Awareness, understanding, regulation, identity, stability. Because self-trust is not rebuilt by shouting at yourself. It is rebuilt by understanding yourself, then regulating yourself, then acting in alignment with the identity you are rebuilding. That is how behaviour becomes stable again. Not perfect, stable. And stable is where confidence starts returning, because confidence is not the start. Confidence is the result. It comes after evidence, after enough small wins, after enough moments where you didn't quit, after enough times where you paused instead of reacted, after enough days where you did what you said you would do. That's when your brain starts believing you again. And I think this is one of the biggest missing pieces in transition. People are told to find purpose, find a job, find direction, find motivation. But before any of that holds, you have to rebuild trust in yourself, because if you don't trust yourself, no goal feels safe, no plan feels solid, no future feels believable, and that is exhausting. So if you're listening to this and you've been telling yourself, I just need more confidence, maybe you don't. Maybe you need evidence. Maybe you need one small promise kept today, not 10. One. Because every kept promise becomes proof. And proof rebuilds identity. That's where the shift happens. You stop waiting to feel confident, and you start becoming someone you can rely on again. That is the rebuild. Not hype, not perfection. Self-trust. Built quietly, built deliberately, built through action. One decision at a time. I'm Gemma Gardner, and this is Identity After the Uniform. If this episode resonated with you, please subscribe, comment below where in the world you're watching from, and share this with somebody who may need it. And if you're rebuilding after transition, pressure, burnout, or identity loss, I've created a free 5-day reset designed to help you start rebuilding stability and self-trust again. The link is in the description.